Okay, here we're in CME2. We look at the error log. We can look at a history. Any errors. A typical amp reset would be somebody pushes an E-stop, and they release the E-stop. Push 2 buttons here to reset it, reset the drives. That would be an under voltage. Latch feedback error. That's something we need to look for. That could be an issue. That's in the history. Active, we don't have any errors, so what we can do is we can clear that history log on the amplifier, and then we can come back and check this out. We can check the history after a certain amount of time and see if anything has changed. But if we have a hard error on the amplifier, in this case we're on the B axis, you can see the amp is enabled. We would click on this button right here. This is the control panel. It brings us to this screen. I know it's going to be hard to see because of the resolution. But this is what a working amplifier looks like as far as the green lights or status. We would look at the counts per inch, actual motor counts. See, this one's around 30,000. If you have errors that you need to clear, what you do is you click disable. And we would do this with flow cut closed. I'm standing at a machine that's currently in use, so we're not going to close flow cut. But you would click disable, and these would no longer be green. You would want to click the clear faults button a couple of times, and then click enable. And these will all light back up green, or should, if the fault was being able to clear. And the fault will also display right here, the status bar. You may have to do this 2 or 3 times to clear the fault. And when you do re-enable it, you can close this out and go back to the error log. And if there is an error when you re-enable the amplifier, it will show up here. And then we can go into the history. It will show up here as well. And when you disable and re-enable an amplifier, you would get low voltage fault would be one of them. But check for that latch feedback error in here. Again, control panel. Disable the amplifier, make sure these change status. Click the clear fault button at least twice, and then click enable. And also check your counts per inch. Okay, so this is one electrical cabinet, a little bit of a dirty one. Select on Mach3 5-axis. Starting at the bottom, we have Y to Y and X amplifiers. We have a Z-axis amplifiers, and here's our PNC blue amplifiers. And again, this is on a 5-axis machine at XD. The way that you check the fault codes from one amplifier to the other is this cable right here. Communication cable. It's just like a little phone jack cable. You remove it and you can install it in the other amplifier. And then we'll go back to CME2 and we'll check the faults on that amplifier. So here we are in CME2 again. You can see now we're on the C-axis amplifier. Amp is enabled. Let's check our error log. So we have no active errors or faults. So we look here into the history, we just have amp reset, under voltage, a little bit of current limited. These are very normal faults to see. So if we want to, we can just clear the log. And then we can go into control panel. If we had a fault that we needed to clear, we would do the same thing. So these counts per inch are about 25,000. if this number is at 60,000, negative 60,000, 100,000, or several 100,000 on the counts, either in B or C amplifiers, there's a good chance that you have a faulty motor. One of the two 5 axis. The same thing, we would disable the amp. We had a fault right here. We would click clear fault a couple of times, and then we would click enable. When you click enable, this is what it should look like. You'd have everything functioning properly. And then once you've done that, sometimes it will appear right here. You have a fault error, and these do not re-enable. Or you can check it again in the error log, and it would show up right here as an error. So that's how you use CME2 for checking and clearing errors on the B and C axis of a Flow 5-axis water jet.